Welcome back to the Fundamental of the Week. This week's fundamental, walk in your customer's shoes. I'll read it. Number 14, walk in your customer's shoes. Understand your customer's world. Know their challenges and frustrations. See the world from their perspective. The better you understand them, the more effectively you can anticipate and meet their needs. This reminds me of when I was 25. I had a job interview with Wawa, and the position was for general manager trainee. Now, anybody that knows anything about Wawa knows that this position was the guy that worked overnight on third shift. I wanted to look good for this interview, and so I decided that I was going to wear a suit. And so I did what any self-respecting 25-year-old would do in 2005. I went to Men's Warehouse. I was terrified to go to Men's Warehouse. Up until that point in my life, I had worn a uniform for everything. School, military, you name it. I never had to dress professionally because the uniform always made sure that we took care of that. So I go to Men's Warehouse and there's an endless number of selection that I could choose from. Colors, patterns, sizes, styles, no idea what to do. So I was greeted by a young man who was really well dressed. And he says, "What brings you in today?" I said, "Well, I'm looking to buy a suit." "Excellent choice," he says. "Do you prefer navy or gray?" "I like them both." "Okay. What's the occasion? Business or pleasure?" "Well, I have a job interview and I'd like to look professional." "Excellent," he says. "Have you considered shirts? Do you prefer a white shirt? Maybe a patterned one?" I said, "I don't know. White, I guess." And he looked at me and he said, "What about ties? Do you like color? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much color do you wear on a daily basis?" 6, I guess. And he stopped and he looked me in the eyes and he said, "Son, confidence is all about feeling good. And when you look good, you feel good." And he spent the next 90 minutes with me, picking out the perfect suit and tie and shoe combinations and teaching me all the things about combining these things. So I felt less stressed about this. And I walked out of there with a pretty sharp suit. I tell you this story because that man spent that much time with me, but he could have just as easily pointed at the rack and said, "Here you go, kid. There's the suits. Dressing room's in the back. Let me know if you need anything." But he didn't. He took one look at me and he knew that I needed help. He asked me questions to understand what I was looking for, to help me feel more comfortable, and to get us headed in the right direction. He understood what it was like to walk in the shoes of a young man on his first job interview. He understood what it was like to walk in the shoes of his customer. So our customers, they don't know what they need. They don't know what they want. They have problems. They need help. We're the experts. But in order to help them effectively, we need to understand how these problems affect them. By asking questions and leaning into their world and really understanding their difficulties, their challenges, their problems, and how they live in their homes, we can give them solutions that they'll value and that they'll find effective in solving those problems. So this week, go out and really lean into your customer's world. Ask good questions. Figure out what it is that they want and need. Understand their world. Walk in their shoes. Have a great week.